Tom was an experienced hiker who loved the forest near his town. He had been hiking there for years, and he knew every path, every tree, and every small stream. The forest was peaceful in the early morning, and he enjoyed the calm sound of birds singing and leaves rustling in the wind. He liked to take long walks, sometimes for hours, feeling the quiet all around him. That morning the sun was bright and a gentle breeze moved through the branches. Tom packed his usual items in his backpack. He had water, some snacks, a small first aid kit, and a flashlight. He always liked to be prepared. He wore a green jacket, brown pants, and his hiking boots. Everything was ready for a calm day in nature. Tom started walking along the familiar path. He enjoyed the smell of fresh earth and the sound of tiny animals moving through the underbrush. His mind was calm, thinking about nothing important and enjoying the forest. As he walked, he noticed the sunlight forming patterns on the ground. It looked like small rivers of light flowing over the leaves and rocks. Suddenly, Tom heard a sound. At first, he thought it was an animal, perhaps a small bird or a squirrel. But then the sound became clearer. It was a voice. It was a small, weak voice, and it sounded scared. "They want to hurt my mom," the voice shouted in fear. Tom froze. The voice belonged to a child. His heart beat faster, and he looked around. The forest was dense, and he could not see anyone at first. The voice came again, slightly closer. Tom's hiking experience had taught him to stay calm in unexpected situations. He moved slowly, listening carefully, and followed the sound. The little girl's voice was now clearer, and it led him toward a small clearing surrounded by tall trees. There, standing near a fallen log, was a little girl. She looked to be about 6 years old. Her hair was dark, and it hung in messy strands around her face. Her eyes were wide with fear, and tears ran down her cheeks. She seemed frozen, looking around as if she was afraid someone was coming for her. Tom knelt down to her level. "Hey there, it's okay. Are you all right?" he asked gently. The girl shook her head. "No, please. They are going to hurt my mom." "I ran away, but I don't know where to go," she said. Her voice trembled, and she held her hands together as if trying to protect herself. Tom's heart sank. He knew he had to act carefully. He could not leave the child alone. He looked around the clearing. There were many trees, and the forest seemed quiet except for the little girl's cries. He wondered who could be trying to hurt her mother. He also knew he could not panic. Children needed calm adults, not someone who was frightened too. "Don't worry. You are safe now." "My name is Tom. What is your name?" he asked, trying to make her feel safe. The girl hesitated. She looked at the ground and then whispered, "Maya." "Okay, Maya, listen to me. You are safe with me. Can you tell me what happened?" Tom asked gently. Maya looked around nervously. "They came to our house. I don't know why. I was hiding, but then they saw me. I ran into the forest. Please, we have to stop them. They are very mean," she said, her voice shaking. Tom thought quickly. He could not take her home immediately because he did not know if it was safe. He needed a plan to protect Maya and her mother. "Maya, I will help you. But first, we need to move to a safe place where no one can find us. Can you come with me?" he asked. Maya nodded, clutching his hand tightly. Her small hands were surprisingly strong. She seemed to trust him immediately. Tom smiled gently to reassure her. "Good. Hold my hand and stay close. I will keep you safe." As they walked, Tom noticed that Maya kept looking behind the trees. Her fear was clear. He spoke softly. "You are doing great. No one will hurt you now." They walked carefully through the forest. Tom chose a path that was less visible from the main trail. He knew a small cave nearby that hikers sometimes used to rest. It was hidden behind bushes and large rocks. It would be a good place for Maya to feel safe while he figured out the next steps. When they reached the cave, Tom knelt down again. "This is a safe place. You can stay here while I check the area and make a plan," he said. Maya nodded, still holding his hand. She slowly stepped inside the cave. Inside, the cave was small but clean. Sunlight came in from the entrance, and it felt quiet. Tom offered Maya a bottle of water and some crackers. She took them hesitantly, looking at him as if testing whether he was really trustworthy. "You are safe here, Maya. No one can reach you," Tom said softly. He did not want to scare her more by speaking too loudly. Maya finally smiled a little. "Thank you, sir." "You are very kind," she said. Tom nodded. "You are welcome. Now tell me more about what happened at your house. We need to know to help your mom," he said gently. Maya took a deep breath. "I don't know why, but 2 men came to our house yesterday. They were angry and shouted at my mom. I hid in the closet, but they kept looking for me. I ran when they turned their backs. I ran into the forest and I could not stop running. I thought they would catch me. Her voice broke and she held her knees close to her chest. Tom listened carefully. Do you know where your house is? Can you show me on the map or tell me directions? He asked. Maya nodded. Yes, it is not far. We live near the small river, past the old bridge. But I am scared. What if they are still there? Tom thought carefully. We will go carefully. First, we need to make sure it is safe. I have an idea. We will walk quietly, and I will stay close to you. We will watch for any danger. If it is not safe, we will wait and find another way to get help. Maya nodded again, her trust growing. Okay, I will follow you, Tom smiled. He knew the forest well, and he knew he could help her. He felt responsible for her safety. He also felt something else. He felt that helping Maya was more important than anything else that day. He had to protect her and make sure her mom was safe too. The forest seemed peaceful again, but Tom knew danger could be near. He decided to move carefully and quietly. He told Maya to stay close and whispered instructions. If we see anyone suspicious, we hide behind trees or rocks. We stay quiet and calm. Maya nodded. She looked brave even though she was scared. Tom admired her courage. Many adults would have been too frightened, but she had run away from danger to survive. He knew she had a strong heart. As they walked, Tom noticed small signs of the men Maya had mentioned. Footprints in the mud, broken branches, and disturbed leaves showed that someone had been there. Tom felt a little worried but remained calm. He knew they had to act carefully. After a while, they reached a small hill overlooking the river near Maya's house. Tom stopped and looked around. The river sparkled in the sunlight, and he could see the old bridge Maya had mentioned. He also noticed that the area near the house looked quiet. We are close now, Maya. We have to be careful, but I think your mom is safe at the moment. Let's move slowly, he whispered. Maya took a deep breath and held Tom's hand tightly. She felt safer with him, and her fear was less now. She looked at the forest around them and realized that Tom was her protector. Tom smiled gently. You are very brave, Maya. We will make sure your mom is safe and everything will be okay, he said. Maya nodded. She felt a little hope for the first time since the danger started. She knew Tom was someone she could trust. As they prepared to move down the hill toward the house, Tom felt ready. He knew he had to think quickly, stay calm, and protect Maya. The forest seemed quiet, but he knew that courage and careful planning would help them face whatever was waiting near the house. Tom and Maya moved carefully down the small hill. The forest around them was quiet, but Tom remained alert. He held Maya's hand tightly and whispered instructions. Stay close to me. If we see anything unusual, we hide behind the trees. Maya nodded, gripping his hand with determination. She had never walked through the forest like this before. Her heart beat fast, but she felt safer with Tom. She knew he was strong and brave, and that gave her hope. The path to Maya's house was not easy. There were fallen branches and muddy patches. Tom helped Maya step over the obstacles. Careful here. The ground is slippery, he said. Maya followed his lead, stepping cautiously. As they walked, Tom thought about the best way to protect Maya's mom. He needed to find out if anyone dangerous was still at the house. He also wanted to make sure Maya felt safe. We are going slowly but carefully, he whispered. We will make sure everything is okay. Maya looked at the forest around her. She noticed how bright the sunlight was and how green the trees looked. Even though she was scared, she felt a little calm in the forest with Tom. She trusted him. After several minutes, they reached a small clearing. From there, Tom could see the old bridge Maya had mentioned. He could also see the river sparkling in the sunlight. Across the river, he spotted Maya's house. It looked quiet, and there was no sign of anyone outside. Tom crouched down and whispered to Maya, Look, your house seems quiet for now. We will move carefully and stay behind the trees. We will check if your mom is safe before going closer. Maya nodded. She felt a little relief. The fear that had been inside her all day started to ease. She could see her mom's garden near the house, and it looked peaceful. Tom carefully led Maya behind some large bushes near the riverbank. He peeked through the branches to see more of the house. Everything seemed calm, but he knew danger could appear at any moment. He did not want to take any risks. Maya, stay behind me and keep quiet, he whispered. Maya nodded and stayed close. She could feel Tom's calm presence, and it made her less afraid. Tom decided to approach the house slowly. He wanted to make sure it was safe before calling out. As he moved, he noticed footprints in the soft soil near the garden. The footprints were fresh. Someone had been there recently. Tom's mind raced. He had to act carefully. He could not let the men who had frightened Maya's mom return to the house. He also needed to make sure Maya stayed hidden. "We need to be careful, Maya. Stay behind the bushes," he said softly. Maya nodded. She crouched low and watched Tom move slowly toward the house. She could hear the sound of the river and the wind in the trees. The forest felt alive, but she also felt tense. Tom reached the edge of the garden and peeked over the fence. He could see Maya's mom inside the house. She looked worried, standing near the window, glancing outside. Tom could see that she was safe for now, but he needed to act quickly. He decided to call for help. Tom pulled out his phone from his backpack and dialed the local authorities. He explained the situation calmly. "There is a little girl and her mother who might be in danger. We are near the river by the old bridge," he said. The operator promised to send help immediately. Tom felt a little relieved knowing that trained people were on their way. He turned to Maya. "Help is coming. We just need to stay hidden until they arrive," he whispered. Maya's eyes widened. "Really? They will come fast?" she asked. Tom smiled gently. "Yes, they will come as quickly as they can. You are doing very well, Maya. Stay quiet and stay with me," he said. They waited behind the bushes. Minutes passed slowly. Maya held Tom's hand tightly and whispered, "I hope they come soon." "I am scared," Tom nodded. "I know, Maya, but you are brave. You stayed safe in the forest. Now we just need to wait a little longer," he said. Suddenly, Tom noticed movement near the path leading to the house. 2 men were approaching. They looked around, seemingly searching for someone. Tom crouched lower and whispered to Maya, "Hide further behind me. They are coming. Stay very quiet." Maya pressed herself against Tom, her small body trembling. She could see the men walking slowly, looking around. Tom stayed calm. He knew they could not see him or Maya behind the bushes. The men stopped near the garden and spoke quietly to each other. Tom could not hear all their words, but their gestures were angry. He knew it was dangerous if they found Maya or her mom. He held Maya's hand and whispered, "We need to wait until they move away. They will leave soon if they do not find anything." Maya nodded. She closed her eyes, trying not to make a sound. Her heart raced, but she stayed calm because Tom was there. After several tense minutes, the men walked back toward the main road. Tom breathed a little easier. He whispered, "They are leaving. Help will be here soon." Maya smiled weakly. "Thank you, Tom. You saved me," she said. Tom shook his head. "No, you saved yourself by being brave. Now let's make sure your mom is okay," he said. He carefully led Maya closer to the house, still behind the bushes and trees. They reached the edge of the garden. Maya's mom was now looking outside the window, clearly worried. Tom called out softly, "Hello, your daughter is safe. We are here to help." Maya's mom ran to the door and opened it. Her eyes widened when she saw Maya standing safely beside Tom. She ran to hug her daughter tightly. "Maya, you are safe." Thank you," she said, tears in her eyes. Maya smiled and hugged her mom. "I was scared, but Tom helped me," she said. Tom stepped back to give them space. "I am glad you are both safe. Help is on the way. Just stay calm," he said. Maya's mom looked at Tom with gratitude. "Thank you so much. You are brave and kind," she said. Tom shook his head. "I just did what anyone should do. The important thing is that you are safe now," he said. While they spoke, they could hear the sound of sirens approaching. The authorities had arrived. Tom guided Maya and her mom to a safe place where the police could speak with them. The men who had caused trouble were caught quickly because of the information Tom had given. Maya watched as the men were taken away. She felt a mix of relief and amazement. She turned to Tom and whispered, "You are a hero." Tom smiled. "No, Maya, you were brave too. You trusted yourself and stayed safe," he said. The authorities thanked Tom for his courage and careful thinking. They explained that his calm actions and quick thinking had protected Maya and her mom from danger. Maya and her mom were finally safe. The forest and the river felt calm again. The sun was shining and everything seemed peaceful. Tom stayed for a while, making sure they were okay and helping the authorities understand what had happened. Maya hugged him one last time. "I will never forget you, Tom," she said softly. Tom smiled. "I will never forget you either, Maya. Remember, you are brave and strong," he said. As Tom walked back into the forest, he felt satisfied. He had faced a dangerous situation and helped a little girl and her mom. The forest was quiet again, and he continued his hike, thinking about how courage and careful thinking could make a difference. After the police took the men away, Maya and her mom returned home. The house felt peaceful again, and the sunlight streamed through the windows. Maya's mom, Laura, was still shaken from the events but relieved that her daughter was safe. She hugged Maya tightly and whispered, "I will never let anything happen to you again. I promise." Maya smiled and held her mom's hand. "I was scared, but Tom helped me." "He saved us," she said. Laura looked thoughtful. "We have to thank him properly. He risked a lot to help us," she said. Meanwhile, Tom walked back toward the forest trail. He felt tired but calm. Helping Maya and her mom had given him a sense of purpose. He knew he had acted correctly and that the little girl's courage had made a difference too. Tom always believed that even small actions could change someone's life, and today had proven it. As he walked, Tom thought about the morning's events. The forest had been quiet, and yet danger had appeared. He realized that sometimes the world could be unpredictable, but careful thinking and courage could make a difference. The next day, Tom decided to visit Maya and her mom at their home. He wanted to make sure they were okay, and also check if they needed anything. When he arrived, Laura greeted him warmly. "Tom, come in, please. We want to thank you properly," she said. Tom entered the house and smiled. "I am just happy that you both are safe." "That is enough for me," he said. Laura insisted on making tea for him. Maya helped carry the cups to the table. The little girl looked happy and relaxed. She no longer seemed scared, and her bright eyes showed a spark of curiosity. "I wanted to ask you about the forest," Maya said. "How did you know what to do?" "I was so scared." Tom smiled gently. "I have spent a lot of time in the forest, and I learned to stay calm and think carefully. But you were very brave too. You ran away to be safe, and that helped us." "Courage comes in many ways, Maya," he explained. Maya nodded thoughtfully. "I will always try to be brave like you," she said. Laura looked at Tom with gratitude. "You taught Maya an important lesson today. You showed her that she can be brave even when she is afraid." "We will never forget what you did," she said. Tom shook his head. "I only did what anyone should do. The important thing is that you are safe and together," he said. As they talked, Maya noticed something outside the window. A small group of children from the neighborhood were playing near the river. She pointed at them. "Look, Mom. Other kids are playing. I want to play too," she said excitedly. Laura smiled. "I think that is a great idea. You need to enjoy your day after yesterday," she said. Tom offered to walk with Maya to the river so she could play safely. "I can watch over you while you play and your mom can relax inside," he said. Maya's eyes lit up. "Yes, please. That would be fun," she said. They walked together to the riverbank. The sunlight reflected on the water, making it sparkle like small diamonds. Birds sang from the trees and the air smelled fresh and clean. Maya ran to join the other children. She laughed and her voice sounded joyful. Tom watched her carefully, making sure she stayed safe. While watching Maya, Tom noticed something unusual. Across the river, near a small path leading into the forest, he saw movement. He squinted and realized it was a person walking slowly. The figure paused and looked in the direction of the house. Tom's heart beat faster. He could not be sure who it was, but he decided to investigate quietly. He told Maya to stay near the other children and not move. "Stay here and play. I will check something." "Do not go anywhere," he said firmly. Maya nodded, trusting him completely. Tom moved carefully through the bushes and along the riverbank. The figure had not noticed him. As he got closer, he saw that it was a man, different from the ones taken away yesterday. This man looked suspicious and his movements were slow and careful. Tom knew he had to be cautious. He stayed hidden and observed the man. The man seemed to be looking for something near the forest's edge. Tom realized that the forest might still hold danger, even after the previous incident. He needed to think quickly to protect Maya and her mom. Tom decided to call the authorities again. He explained what he had seen and gave them the description of the man. The operator promised to send help immediately. Tom felt a little relieved knowing that help was coming. He moved back to the riverbank and stood quietly, keeping Maya in sight. The little girl continued to play, unaware of the possible danger nearby. Tom smiled at her energy. She had faced fear yesterday, and now she was enjoying life. Minutes passed slowly. Tom saw the man move closer to the river, scanning the area. He stayed hidden and waited for the authorities to arrive. When the police appeared, they quickly approached the man and questioned him. After checking, they realized he was a traveler who had gotten lost and was looking for directions. There was no danger this time, but Tom stayed calm until the situation was clear. Tom returned to Maya, who ran toward him excitedly. "Tom, are they gone?" "Was he dangerous?" she asked. Tom knelt down and smiled. "No, Maya, he was not dangerous. The police checked everything." "You're safe," he said. Maya hugged him. "I am glad you were here again." "You always keep me safe," she said. Laura came to the riverbank. "Thank you, Tom. You were so careful." "We feel safe because you were watching," she said. Tom shook his head. "I am glad everything is okay. Maya is brave and smart. She made the right choices," he said. After that day, life slowly returned to normal for Maya and her mom. Maya played with other children, learned new games, and laughed freely. Her mom still watched carefully but felt more relaxed. Tom would visit sometimes, bringing small gifts like books and snacks for Maya. She always welcomed him with a bright smile. Tom also reflected on the past few days. He realized that helping someone in need was not just about courage. It was also about listening, observing, and making careful choices. Even a small action could protect someone and make a big difference. One afternoon, Tom and Maya walked along the forest path together. They enjoyed the sunlight, the sounds of birds, and the soft breeze. Maya looked up at him and said, "Tom, I want to be brave like you every day." Tom smiled. "You already are, Maya. Courage is not about never being scared. It is about facing fear and making the right choice," he explained. Maya thought for a moment and nodded. "I will remember that," she said. As they walked, they saw a family of deer crossing the path. Maya stopped and watched quietly. Tom smiled at her excitement. "Nature is full of surprises, Maya. Some are good and some teach us lessons," he said. Maya giggled. "I like the good surprises," she said. Tom laughed. "So do I. But even the surprises that seem bad can teach us something," he said. The forest had returned to its calm and peaceful state. Tom felt content. He had helped Maya and her mom, and he had witnessed the bravery of a little girl. He knew that courage and careful thinking could protect people and change lives. As the sun began to set, Tom said goodbye to Maya and her mom. "Remember, Maya, bravery is inside you. Keep it close and use it wisely," he said. Maya hugged him tightly. "I will, Tom. Thank you for everything," she said. Tom waved and walked back toward the forest trail. He felt happy knowing that Maya and her mom were safe and that he had helped them find courage. The forest was quiet again, and the golden sunlight bathed the trees. He knew that even when danger appeared, careful thinking, courage, and kindness could make a difference in the world. Days passed, and life in Maya's home slowly returned to normal. The fear from before seemed like a memory, but Tom still visited from time to check on them. Maya looked forward to his visits, and she felt safe when he was around. One bright morning, Tom arrived at their house with a small backpack. "Good morning, Maya. Are you ready for a little adventure today?" he asked. Maya's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Yes, Tom. What adventure?" she asked eagerly. Tom smiled. "I thought we could explore a new part of the forest. We will stay safe, and I will show you some interesting places. You will see birds, plants, and maybe even some small animals," he explained. Maya clapped her hands. "I love adventures. Can Mom come too?" Laura laughed. "I think I will stay home today, but I will watch from the window." "Be careful, okay?" she said. Tom nodded. "Of course. We will stick together and follow the rules. Safety first," he said. Tom and Maya walked along the forest trail. The sunlight came through the leaves, creating bright patterns on the ground. Birds sang and the soft breeze moved the branches. Maya looked around with curiosity. Every tree and flower seemed magical to her. "Look, Tom. That flower is so bright. What is it called?" Maya asked, pointing at a yellow bloom. Tom smiled. "That is called a sunflower. It always turns toward the sun. Nature has many surprises like this," he said. They continued walking deeper into the forest. Tom taught Maya to recognize different types of trees, birds, and plants. He explained how some plants were safe to touch and some were not. Maya listened carefully, asking questions and learning quickly. Suddenly, they heard a faint sound. It was soft at first, like someone whispering. Tom stopped and held Maya's hand. Stay close. Listen carefully, he whispered. Maya's eyes widened. Is it the forest talking? She asked. Tom smiled softly. Sometimes the forest has sounds we do not understand. We must be careful and pay attention, he said. They moved slowly toward the sound. As they got closer, they noticed a small path leading to a hidden clearing. The clearing was surrounded by tall trees and sunlight shone brightly in the middle. In the center there was a little stream flowing gently. Maya gasped. It is beautiful. I never saw this place before, she said. Tom nodded. This is one of my favorite secret places in the forest. Only a few people know about it, he said. They walked to the edge of the stream. The water was clear, and small fish swam near the surface. Maya knelt down and dipped her hands in the water. It is so cold and fresh, she exclaimed. Tom smiled. The forest has many gifts like this. It is important to respect it and take care of it, he said. Maya spent a few minutes exploring the clearing, picking up smooth stones and looking at flowers. Tom watched her carefully. Suddenly he noticed movement behind the trees. Someone was watching them. Tom's heart beat faster. He stepped closer to Maya. Stay calm. Hide behind me if you can, he whispered. Maya looked at him nervously. Who is it, Tom? She asked. Tom squinted through the trees. He could see a man standing at the edge of the clearing. The man looked around carefully and he did not notice them yet. Tom realized that the man might be dangerous. He had to act quickly. He took a deep breath and whispered to Maya, We need to leave quietly. Follow me and stay very still if I tell you. Maya nodded. She trusted Tom completely. Together they moved toward a small path leading back to the main trail. They stayed low and careful, making as little noise as possible. As they moved, Tom noticed that the man seemed to follow them at a distance. He kept his eyes on the forest, searching for something. Tom knew they could not outrun him in the forest if he became aggressive. He needed a plan. Tom whispered to Maya, We will hide near the large rocks by the river. Wait there while I check if it is safe to continue. Maya crouched behind the rocks. She could hear the sound of the stream and the soft rustling of leaves. She stayed quiet, trusting Tom to protect her. Tom moved carefully along the trail, keeping the man in sight. He noticed that the man was acting strangely, as if he was looking for something specific. Tom realized that the man might be after someone or something, but he could not be sure. He decided to call the authorities again. I need help. There is a suspicious man in the forest near a hidden clearing. He seems to be following people, he said. The operator assured him that help was on the way. Tom felt a little relieved but stayed alert. He moved back to Maya. Maya, help is coming. We just need to stay here until they arrive, he said softly. Maya nodded. She hugged Tom's arm tightly. I am glad you are here. I am scared again, she whispered. Tom knelt down and smiled gently. It is okay to be scared. Courage is not about not being afraid. It is about staying calm and making good choices, he said. Minutes passed slowly. The man moved closer to the clearing, but he did not see Tom or Maya. Soon they could hear voices and footsteps. The authorities had arrived. The police approached the man cautiously. After a few minutes, they questioned him and discovered that he was lost and had wandered into the forest without realizing it. He was not dangerous this time, but Tom stayed calm until the situation was fully under control. Maya watched from behind the rocks. Her eyes were wide, but she felt safe knowing that Tom had handled everything carefully. Is he gone now? She asked when the police led the man away. Tom smiled. Yes, Maya, everything is safe. The authorities checked everything. You are safe, he said. Maya ran to him and hugged his arm. Thank you for protecting me again. You are really brave, she said. Tom shook his head.
No, Maya, you are brave too.
You trusted yourself and stayed close to me. That is courage, he said. After that day, Tom decided to take Maya to explore the forest only with safe areas and places he knew well. He wanted her to enjoy nature without fear. Maya learned more about birds, trees, and plants. She even learned to identify animal tracks and how to move quietly without disturbing the forest. Laura felt happy and relieved. She knew that Maya was learning important lessons about bravery, careful thinking, and respect for nature. She thanked Tom again for being there for them and for keeping Maya safe. One afternoon, as Tom and Maya walked along the river, Maya asked, Tom, do you think there will be more danger in the forest? Tom thought for a moment and said, Sometimes there can be danger, Maya. But if you stay calm, think carefully, and follow the rules, you can handle many challenges. You are learning to be brave and smart, and that will help you in life, he said. Maya smiled. I want to be brave like you, Tom, she said. Tom laughed gently. You already are, Maya. You are learning to be brave every day. Remember, courage is about facing your fears with a calm heart, he said. The forest was peaceful again. Sunlight reflected on the water. Birds sang from the trees, and the soft breeze moved the branches. Maya felt happy and safe. Tom felt proud of her courage and the lessons she had learned. As the sun began to set, they walked back home. Laura greeted them at the door. Did you enjoy your day? She asked. Maya nodded excitedly. Yes. Tom showed me many wonderful things, and I was brave too, she said. Laura smiled. Thank you again, Tom. You taught Maya a lot today, she said. Tom shook his head. I only guided her. She is the one who was brave. Remember that courage comes from within, he said. That night, Maya went to bed with a smile. She had learned that fear could be managed, that courage was important, and that careful thinking could protect people from danger. She knew that with Tom's guidance and her own bravery, she could face challenges and stay safe. The forest was calm, and the stars shone brightly in the sky. Tom walked home feeling satisfied. He had helped Maya grow braver, wiser, and stronger. He knew that courage and kindness could change lives, and he felt proud to have made a difference. Weeks passed after the incident in the forest, and life in the small town became calm again. Maya grew more confident every day. She still remembered the day she heard that cry in the woods and how her world had changed since then. Tom often visited Maya and her mother Laura. They became like family. Tom would bring food, tell stories about the mountains, and teach Maya more about nature and how to stay safe when exploring. One morning, as sunlight filled the kitchen, Laura smiled as she poured tea for Tom. You have done so much for us. Tom, I do not know how to thank you, she said. Tom smiled kindly. You do not need to thank me, Laura. Helping others is something I learned long ago. I only did what was right, he said. Maya sat at the table eating her breakfast. Tom, can we go hiking again today? I want to see more of the forest. I am not scared anymore, she said with a big smile. Tom looked at her proudly. That is good to hear, Maya. But before we go, we must check the weather. The sky looks a bit cloudy today, he said. Laura glanced out the window. It might rain later, but if you stay close to the house and do not go too far, it should be fine, she said. Tom nodded. We will stay safe, I promise, he said. A few hours later, Tom and Maya set off toward the edge of the forest. Maya carried a small bag with snacks and a bottle of water. Tom carried a map, a flashlight, and a whistle for safety. As they entered the woods, Maya felt the cool air and the soft sound of leaves under her feet. She loved the smell of the trees and the songs of birds. It feels peaceful here, she said. Tom smiled. Yes, the forest has its own music. You just have to listen carefully, he said. They walked until they reached a small hill that gave a clear view of the river below. The water sparkled under the light, and the wind made the grass sway gently. Maya sat down on a rock and looked around. Tom, I like this place. It makes me feel free, she said. Tom nodded. That is what nature does. It reminds us that the world is bigger than our fears. You have come a long way, Maya. I am proud of you, he said. Maya smiled shyly. Thank you, Tom. You helped me be brave, she said. Just then, Tom noticed something unusual near the riverbank. There was a broken backpack half buried in the mud. It looked new. He frowned. Stay here, Maya, I need to check something, he said. Maya nodded. Tom carefully walked toward the river and picked up the backpack. Inside, there were some clothes and a notebook. The name on the notebook read, Alan. Tom realized someone must have lost it recently. He opened the notebook and saw a few pages written about camping in the forest. The last line read, If I do not return by tomorrow, something is wrong. Tom's face became serious. He quickly returned to Maya. Maya, we might need to help someone again. Someone could be lost in the forest, he said. Maya's eyes widened. Do you think they are in danger? She asked. I do not know yet, but we cannot ignore this, Tom said firmly. They followed the trail near the river, searching for any sign of the missing person. Tom kept looking at footprints on the ground and broken branches. These tracks are fresh, maybe only a few hours old, he said. The sky began to darken and the sound of thunder rolled in the distance. Maya held Tom's hand tightly. It is going to rain, she said. Tom nodded. We have to hurry. The rain will wash away the footprints, he said. They walked faster through the thick forest. Soon the rain began to fall, light at first and then stronger. The trees swayed in the wind. Maya's clothes got wet, but she did not complain. She was focused on helping. After a while, they heard a faint cry for help. Tom stopped and listened carefully. The voice came from behind some large rocks. Stay behind me, Maya, he said. They climbed over the rocks and saw a man sitting on the ground. His leg was hurt and he looked exhausted. He was the same person whose name was on the notebook. Sir, are you Alan? Tom asked. The man looked up with relief. Yes, I am Alan. I fell and twisted my leg yesterday. I could not move or call for help. Thank goodness you found me, he said weakly. Tom knelt beside him. Do not worry. We will get you out of here, he said. He checked Alan's leg. It was swollen but not broken. Maya gave Alan her bottle of water. Here, drink this. It will help, she said kindly. Alan smiled gratefully. Thank you, little one. You are very brave, he said. Tom helped Alan stand up, supporting him by the shoulder. We have to get back before it gets dark. Lean on me and walk slowly, he said. The journey back was difficult because of the rain and slippery ground. Maya walked carefully beside them, holding the flashlight to guide the way. Tom encouraged Alan to take small steps. After what felt like hours, they finally reached the main road near the town. Tom called for help and soon an ambulance arrived. The paramedics took Alan inside and thanked Tom for his quick thinking. Alan looked at Tom and Maya from the stretcher. You saved my life. I do not know how to thank you, he said. Tom smiled. You are safe now. That is all that matters, he said. Maya waved happily. I am glad we found you, she said. The ambulance drove away and Tom and Maya stood under the shelter of a tree, watching the rain ease into a soft drizzle. Maya looked up at Tom. It feels good to help people, doesn't it? She asked. Tom nodded. Yes, Maya. Helping others brings peace to the heart. You have shown great courage again, he said. When they reached home, Laura ran to the door. You are both soaked. I was so worried, she said, wrapping Maya in a blanket. Tom explained everything that had happened. Laura listened with wide eyes. You two are heroes, she said proudly. Maya laughed softly. Tom is the hero. I only helped a little, she said. Tom shook his head. No, Maya, you have the heart of a hero. You listened, stayed calm, and helped when it mattered. That is true bravery, he said. That night the storm cleared and the stars appeared again. Maya stood by the window watching them. Mom, do you think the forest will always be safe now? She asked. Laura smiled gently. I think the forest is safer because of people like Tom and you, she said. Maya thought for a moment and then said, I want to grow up and help people too. Just like Tom, she said. Laura hugged her. You will, my dear. You already have a kind and brave heart, she said. The next morning, Tom came by with a smile. The sun is shining again. A new day begins, he said. Maya ran to him. Can we go see the clearing again? She asked. Tom nodded. Yes, but this time we will take your mom too. She should see how beautiful it is, he said. Laura laughed. All right, I will come. It is time I saw the forest through Maya's brave eyes, she said. Together they walked into the forest, the same path where fear had once lived but now held only peace. Birds flew above them and the river shone under the sunlight. Maya looked up and smiled. The forest feels happy today, she said. Tom agreed. It is because you brought courage and kindness into it, he said. The family stood by the stream watching the water flow. The forest, once filled with fear and danger, now felt calm and full of hope. Tom knew that sometimes heroes were not soldiers or officers. Sometimes they were just kind people who cared enough to listen, act, and protect. And that day, under the clear blue sky, he realized that courage could come from anyone, even a little girl who once cried for help, but later became brave enough to help others.